Hey everybody, this is Doc Mac from the Galloping Ghost Arcade out in Brookfield, Illinois. Thank you all for joining us today for this week's Galloping Ghost podcast. Joined here, as always, by GGA Tommy Waffles.
Hello. How's it going, guys? Bear with us. I need to fix this camera real quick. I'm going to switch scenes. I am here, just not visible. Give me just a sec.
He'll fix that. He'll fix that in a second. Shoutouts and thanks to everybody joining us in the stream chat. Krell and Luigi, Lava Being, Gabe, Mr. Meow Meow Pants, Hater Shack, Tracy, Real Hammer Billy Lee, what is up? Hope everybody is having a great Wednesday so far. It's it's such a weird lapse of time. So much going on. The days are just flipping by so quickly. But at the same, it's happening quick, but it seems like forever ago since we did a podcast, but only 7 days. So thank you all for joining us. It's been another busy week of streaming. We did our Monday mystery game, and we had the Galaga guys out, and just a lot of things going on. That was that last week, right?
Galaga was this past weekend, yes. We saw Jordan Dorrington and Jacob Upland come out. They're both out-of-state guys, and both Galaga pros. They were doing the Kill Screen Showdown. So basically a modern-day twist on Galaga scoring. A new format these guys introduced where basically it's on rank A, I believe. So it's got different intervals for when you gain lives and stuff, different difficulty, and it's about who can maximize the amount of points until you get to the kill screen. So it's pretty cool. And Jacob Upland won, and he got a new world record and just everything. He played really, really well.
It definitely awesome to watch, like the top players play Galaga. And we thank them so much for coming out. We tried to do something a little extra. We split up our Galaga 3 and Galaga 88 2-in-1 cabinet.
Yeah.
Both on original boards, but just as a space saver. But we wanted to, we've had this Galaga 3 cabinet in storage for the longest time, so we were happy to bring that out. And again, already we are so tight on space. Cabinets already spilling over into the expansion, which we hate having that. We had that happen last time where there's 810 games now. It's we are in desperate need of going on to the next expansion, and we'll get there. It is a bit of an interesting time. We have to the unfortunate news where if you had joined us on the Monday mystery game, a close personal friend of myself and the company, Steve Campbell, had passed away this last Saturday. Really one of the most pivotal people in making Galloping Ghost what it is. A personal mentor to me. I've learned so much from that guy. He literally gave me a break back in the filming days. We had filmed what would, at the time, it was No Mercy, and we scrapped that. We worked on that one for about a year. Then we had to go refilm everything. So this is probably, say, 96, 97, somewhere in there. And we couldn't get the same studio we had, and that was about the first time I met Steve Campbell and was telling him about what we had going on. And Steve, not into video games or anything, he was just thought, he's like, oh, you're trying something different, I'll help you out, here's a free building. Just handed the keys over. Didn't know me, wasn't a family friend, just was into seeing somebody trying to do something. And that's such a rare thing to come by. He had done so many great things for everybody when we got to the point of opening the arcade, he basically took care of all the roadblocks for us. It was actually going back when we went and refilmed the game back in 2005. We went back to Steve, had been in touch with him over the years. Same thing. He was very helpful. He put us in another building. We were in there for 4 years. And then at that point, he was anxious to see the game come out. And then in 2010 was when we approached him about doing the arcade. Was literally, this is the kind of way it worked with Steve. Was like, Steve, we need a big building. And he's like, come meet me here right now at this place. And this is what we have. And it was at the time the old Green Pocket.
And where the arcade is right now?
Where the arcade is now.
Yeah, the pool room.
The very famous pool room, if you're from Brookfield. So other towns were like, no, you'll never open an arcade in our town. You're not doing this in our town. It's going to be bad and this and that. And Steve had the vision and the foresight to be like, I'll take care of all the stuff with the town. Here's the keys to the building. Didn't even talk about numbers yet. Didn't talk about anything. It was just like, let's get this done. We were literally leaving to go get the games when he handed us the keys. And he's just like, bring them back here and we'll figure it all out when you get back. And all the things that guy had done to make productions and the arcade, and after that, everything else, he was so instrumental. He just took care of a lot of things for us, and a great friend. There was people who were not a fan of Steve, and one of the things that I learned is like it was usually because those people were not doing something right. There was something. He really wanted to see people succeed, and if he was hard on somebody, there was a reason. Either they were doing something wrong, or they're just not helping themselves. And Steve was not a guy that you wanted yelling at you, and I was on the receiving end on many times. Getting yelled at by Steve was the most dreaded thing, because it was a heavy thing to get yelled at by Steve, but it was such a learning experience. It was always coming from such a good place. It was never out of anger. It was because like he knew when he was yelling at us, it would be because he knew we could do better, and we were not living up to our potential. And that's really what has driven us and the company to keep growing and keep being better. And just such an amazing guy. It will not be the same without him. We will definitely be doing a tribute to him in the upcoming future. Very difficult. Just to literally, Steve was a very hands-on landlord. He wasn't just a landlord. He was interested in the business. He was an amazing businessman. And he would check in with us to see if there's ever a way he could help. Like most landlords, they take your money and you're fending for yourself. Steve would make sure, and this is not just me. There's many people in Brookfield that he had really done this with. He really wanted to see this town prosper. He really wanted to see businesses grow and everything. So it was, and this is Steve Campbell, who, again, a great advocate of small businesses and Brookfield in general. And every week he would call in and check in and tell him the numbers. He was two things he was excited for was things getting back on track. And I tell you, with this last week, we had a good weekend. It was tough not to be able to talk to Steve and tell him that I had a great Friday, I had a great Saturday, I had a great Sunday. And it'll be hard not having his wisdom to go off of. But I definitely have learned a lot from that guy and owe him a lot. So appreciate all the condolences. He was an important person. So he will be greatly missed, to say the least. The people on staff that had got a chance to know him know how important he was, and he was always in the background, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's the big question now. Like, Steve owned a lot of the properties. He owned so many of the properties that we were in. We're not sure what's going on with that, so that's one of those hanging questions. But we'll find that out soon.
Yeah, I didn't even personally know Steve, but I know he. I didn't personally know Steve, but I know he, obviously was doing so much in the background, like you said, and it's going to be interesting to see what lies ahead. But it might be exciting. Who knows?
Yeah,
we'll get the expansion going, and it's gonna be all awesome.
Yeah, this will be even that. Like, Steve was so hands-on with expansions and helping get permits, and just one of those behind-the-scenes ghosts that really made everything work. So on forward we go. So it's that's all we can do. But
all right. Violent Storm?
Sure, Violent Storm. Huge thanks to GGA Jeremiah for streaming yesterday. Definitely a fun stream.
Yeah.
Of Violent Storm. Huge congrats to Andrew Awasko, your former Gamer of the Year. He saw Jeremiah playing last week and snuck back in and bumped up his world record score to, I believe it's 1.8 million.
Yep.
Which, very, very good score. Very impressive. GGA Jeremiah played great yesterday. He was on for almost like 2.5 hours, which was just tremendous. Love seeing Jeremiah, and it's still a new game to him. Like, he has not grinded it out by any means. He's not maiming it at all. It was interesting. He was getting to the third level or fourth level boss.
Is that the cage boss, the fourth level one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him get to that one at least once. I know his closest attempt was like a few hundred points away from Andrew's score.
Before Andrew, he was 900 points away, which is like he could have done an uppercut or literally almost anything, and he would have gotten enough points.
Jet Surgeon, it was like around 1.8 million. Low 1.8 or high 1.7.
That's what Andrew had.
Okay.
Andrew had, I think, like 1,861,000. I want to say.
Let's go.
Oh.
Todd, thanks for all the subs. 5 subs gifted out there. Thank you so much, Todd. Super generous of you.
Fatality.
Oh man, Master Deepacina. Oh, that was a community gift sub. Awesome, thank you.
Let's go.
Very cool. Thank you so much. So it's
Fatality.
I think Jeremiah got around 1.6 million.
Yeah, we still need to log the score and stuff.
Fatality.
That one will be going into Orcade though. Yeah, close game. He was that run was pretty. Oh, we saw that weird glitch also.
That was super interesting.
We clipped it. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick because that was kind of interesting.
We've been finding one of the first times I was playing, I found a glitch on the level 1 boss where he he floated up off the screen and just kept going through the top of the screen and then up through the bottom of the screen. Very, very interesting that we're seeing all these weird little glitches. Todd throwing out 5,000
5,000? Todd, yo.
Super awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Good to go today. Thank you, Mom.
Lava Being asking, can you tell if the glitch is specific to a board or if it happens on all boards? It would be, there's nothing wrong with the board. It's definitely a programming issue. It's when things happen at the same time. When Jeremiah got to Joe, who is the level 2 boss, he got killed, he got electrified and hit at the same time, and he kind of stayed in the electricity but came out of the grip of the boss, and then the other hit actually killed him, and it just kind of slid him across the screen. And yeah, you can see here.
Yeah, this is just like what happened after he got hit. I didn't clip it soon enough to actually see him get hit, but this is just like him. He put in another player, and we tried to hit the boss a little more, at least on this part of the screen, I think. And then it was just forever like this. It was funny.
It just froze. It would it was still running, but the game did not know what to do at that point. The boss was gone. Yeah. He couldn't die, which was the big problem. And because the boss was gone, the start timer wouldn't load, and you literally at that point couldn't control anything. So interesting to see, and it always brings the question of what else could be wrong with this game. It's an amazing game and so well done, but just odd to see so many little programming things that were missed, of like, what if this happens and this happens at the same time? And it's hard to plan for things like that, but that's the sign of a well-programmed game, is there should be some sort of recovery feature.
I like stuff like that. I can't imagine, like, you could have testers test and play, like maybe find every single weird corner glitch in a game or every single part of the screen, but as soon as it becomes available to the public, that's when it's just like, I feel like the entire testing that they would do over the course of like the time that they were working on the project would just be outscaled by the amount of people playing it on day one release. I'm surprised that we haven't seen that glitch before, or that I wouldn't be surprised if no one's ever seen that glitch before, basically.
It's possible. It's two somewhat unique instances of things occurring.
Fatality.
Odd that they would happen so quickly.
Zippy Time, thanks for the prime.
Yeah, thank you, Zippy Time. Odd that they would happen in such a short period of time. Probably a simple like character check to make sure that the characters are on the ground every so often would have fixed it. And that would probably have fixed both, but I guess if it isn't a thing that you see very often, like, they probably just never knew that stuff would occur.
So that was just funny, because it was it was Jeremiah's last run of the night. Everyone was like, one more run, and it ended short, but it was kind of cool. We got to see a little show. RJA Shane, thank you much for the sub, and that started. Did that start the hype train? Was that the start?
Was it?
I think that was the start.
I think Worminator gifted that. Thank you so much, Worminator.
Yes, you are correct. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. That's awesome. Starting off early. We haven't even gotten into the meat and potatoes. So yeah, Violent Storm. Oh, well, you got, I think that wasn't even what we wanted to talk about, really. I think, did you mention the score that you got this morning?
No. So I had actually played on stream one game. I had an all right game, but
yeah, Doc's really enjoying this game.
I'm so all about Violent Storm right now. I would like to go for. I think I can 1cc it. I've heard even players. BBH is saying how brutal that last boss is. Living 80s sending 300 bits our way. Thank you so
Josh
much
Living
for that.
80s, thank you. A couple easy names to pronounce in a row.
Yeah.
So BBH is saying the last boss at least is pretty rough. I've heard rumblings in the stream chat also, like, oh, you thought this was hard, just wait till you get,
Yeah, there's definitely there's strats. Like, I have the third boss. The game does not seem very long. Me and Danielle had played all the way through it, and I honestly I don't remember the last level when we played through it with continues and stuff. But and honestly, I don't even know if I had gotten past that level 3 boss before today, as I recall. But
like on a score attempt.
Yeah.
Right. Lava being asking if there's much RNG included in the game, or does it feel like it? I mean, outside of like random beat 'em up elements where it's like maybe your positioning might cue a certain move or something like that from the AI.
There's little strats that the big thing now is maximizing the points early on. From what I can tell, if you're going for score, you've got to use Wade and do the big 2-hit uppercut. Initially, my strategy was doing a jab to stun him and then doing an uppercut. But that'll reduce the points per player. Like the first character that you fight, you can get 9,200 if you do jab, jab, uppercut. But if you do 2 uppercuts, you're getting 14,000 points. So it's a great way to really build the score up. But
no, yeah, that's obvious.
It definitely takes a little bit of maneuvering to be hitting as many enemies as possible with uppercuts. I put up broke 2 million today.
Right. Yeah. So that was the big surprise. So that was getting to where?
That was getting to the 4th stage.
Okay.
So I got to the level 3 boss without dying, and then lost 1 life on him, and still trying to find. Like for Joe, I found a great strategy for Joe. Getting up to that point is nothing, but that level 3 boss, I'll have to come up with something new for it. So, the big thing, not that my score is going to Orcade anyway, as I feel as the owner of Orcade, it would be a conflict of interest for me to be submitting scores when I have to be adjudicating, and I don't want anybody to ever feel that my interests lie anywhere else. Like, we wouldn't accept a score because I would wanting my score in or anything. So because of Orcade, I don't submit my scores. They just don't count. So even Andrew's score is the one that still is the world record. But the bigger thing was that I didn't record it.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
So that is definitely one of the big things for players who are setting scores, is to always, please make sure you are recording your games. If we've seen people who are, I'm just going to do a test playthrough, I'm not going to be playing my best, and that's when they get those scores. Sometimes it'll be a house high or a world record, and they don't document it, and we have to turn it down. We say it does not meet Orcade the criterias for a world record, and have to turn it away.
Gotta be tough on them. They'll learn quick.
Yeah. And it's not even a level 1 hype train completed. Thank you so much for that.
Appreciate it, guys. Cheers. Literally.
Lava Being, you're absolutely right. Like, if you are good enough to be approaching a score, We have all the cameras up at the front counter. Just ask for one, set it up, and it takes 2 seconds. And you never know when a score can happen. It's like you can just have that hot hand, and we've seen it far too many times.
Yeah.
And it's strict. It's like even games that we know, like if somebody came in and we saw somebody put up an Anteater score recently, and they were all upset that they got this world record and they didn't know. They're like, oh, I didn't know. And it's like, well, that's the rules. Like, it's unfortunate. We don't want to miss these historic events, but it's important that they be documented, because you can look at other scores out there, and the higher the score, the more people that question the legitimacy of was it done properly? Did they cheat anywhere? Did anything happen? And it's GGA Pete Hahn in the stream chat. He knows it. Video for everything. It's the only no video.
No vid, no did. I like it.
Lava Being saying, I can see people not knowing on some of the games with lower score records could be broken without a ton of prep. It's true. It's true. There's a lot of games, especially now, at the arcade where, with all the craziness, there's so many Monday Mystery games that people haven't really spent a ton of time on. And, but that's the thing. You got to always be on point, making sure that if you think that there's a chance, just make sure you grab one of the cameras. Like, we've got a bunch. No charge for them. They'll, Shady or Zach or Charlie, everybody else is able to set them up. So,
I mean, you can even bring in your own camera. Like Stephen Lucas from Springfield, he's always bringing his camera, and then we know that he is going to be coming in with the camera every single time. So we've got a little nice SD card reader. That's USB, just plugged into the back of the computer, and we can just get the video right off his camcorder. So, and that works for him,
For sure. And that's a whole nother thing. Like, even there's one time when Steven left with his videos before turning them in. It's like, we are very strict with Orcade. Players should never have access to their videos for any length of time. So, like, now videos have to be turned in on your visit. Otherwise, even then, it's not acceptable, just because anything can be faked at this point. Captain Spaceball's asking if the score, even though it's not a world record, is it still a house high? We just pretty much have to exclude the score unless it's documented. World records and house highs they're too important. People take this stuff way. It's the importance of it and being able to verify it. It's number one. It's the cornerstone. You don't want people questioning the integrity of the scoring house. So it's just this flat out rule. Like, we can know somebody did the score. Like Anteater, there's no way to cheat that score. But without the video, like, what can you do? It's just like that's rule number one. Is there has to be rules on there has to be video of world records and house highs. Tracy, yeah, people can edit them. It'd be so easy to leave with and turn in a score later. So yeah, there's a lot of things that help maintain the integrity and the credibility of Orcade.
Definitely. And no padding.
So there's no padding, with the exception of if the game gets to the level where
correct
padding is acceptable. A game like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, if you're getting the 1cc, the game comes down to padding. Midnight Resistance and so many other games, they were just not designed with the world record run in mind. And you want to make it still a good competition. You want to make it to where Twitch asking what is padding. So padding is basically not progressing the game, and like in Contra, if you stand in one spot, enemies keep spawning, and you can just keep killing the same enemies. Games like Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts. It's unfortunate that there are scores in the arcade system right now that are so much heavy padding. A game like Ghosts and Goblins, let's pick Ghouls and Ghosts. There's 2 loops to that game. Players get to level 2 or 3 and literally just spend the entire time killing the same enemies over and over and over and over. And the problem is they're not advancing it. And there is a time limit. Some people always are like, oh, well, there's a time limit. You should be able to do whatever you want with that life. But the problem is it makes the game so that even if you are showing the top level of play, Pete Hahn, for example, getting all the way through Ghouls and Ghosts, doesn't even get on the card and he's completing both loops. Can't even get a score on the card because there's so much padding going on. So it's a breakdown of it makes the game boring and less fun and gets people out of scoring instead of getting them into scoring and making them better players.
Yeah.
So the top score is important, but you almost want to make sure you're showing skill as well and not just the digits, because the digits are what we're looking for. But if you're cheating it out, it's not as impressive. It's definitely not as impressive.
Yeah, first comes the world record. That's why we have the it's got to hit the certain check marks in order for that stuff to start being applied to a score. So in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles case, you can hit X amount of knives, I guess as many as you want. It'll get to that point, but you have to see the game on that playthrough.
Yeah, and there's others, Twin Galaxies, the other big scoring house. They have rules like you could only kill so many mousers at the boss. They were limited to 50. We're really going through all the rules and making sure that the rules that are currently attached to setting world records make sense. Turtles and Splatterhouse being 2 that instantly jump to mind, where there's rules on the books that were put there before the game was really fully explored, and that kind of negates why those rules are there. So it's one of those, we want to definitely make the game fun for players. We want to make it so it shows a high level of skill, and we'll just keep updating Arcade and trying to improve it, make it fun and fair for all the players, and very inclusive to anybody that wants to set scores.
Yeah, we are watching video. We are kind of almost making. We're very careful with the decisions we make, and we want to make sure, like Doc said, we want to make sure it's fair, fun. There's forward progression, skill is being involved and applied to the playthroughs. And yeah, just bear with us, hang in there. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be an awesome site. We want players to be proud that they're submitting scores to Orcade, and we're proud to be running it and owning it, and we want to make sure it's in tip-top shape. No rough edges.
Shout outs to Bullmaster and Kintaro and Brisket and Try. Hello.
Okay.
Kintaro, Miguel and Lily. Asking if we're dog friendly.
I mean, we like dogs.
Oh yeah.
Dogs are awesome.
The one thing with that's a tough question. It's hard to turn somebody and their dog away, but definitely keep in mind that there's it's definitely loud at the arcade. So make
It's
sure
loud. You know, there's other people too.
for sure.
You're gonna be running by them.
And if it's it's tough. You don't want to have any accidents at the arcade. You don't want to. There's a lot of very rare cabinets and
Sure.
could be problematic. However, there have been times where, with the proper reassurances, there's no problems, and we haven't had a problem with it. So
Yeah, if I guess it's like a necessary, like a seeing eye dog or something like that, that would be obviously totally cool.
of course.
Let's see. Next we got Namco.
And
Do that.
which I assume CC is completing the game. Yes, it's a 1 CC is a 1 credit completion.
Yeah.
SCD asking if you guys thought about putting Vuelix cabinets for your fighting games. Like caddy cabinets in general, awesome cabinets. A big problem, cost and space are the two big main concerns there.
And your favorite guest.
And your everybody's favorite guest rolling up. It is none other than the one and only
Bum.
Zippy Time. You are right. It is Lumbo.
Lumbo's biggest fan. Lumbo and Lumbo's biggest fan. Okay, I'm gonna need to do some camera work, so bear with me one more time, guys. Now we need you. That's the moneymaker right there. Let me get this going. Not have two of me there. And let's see. But go ahead, yeah, just have a seat. We'll whichever one. Yeah, that one's good. Let me get this set up.
Fat Chris, what is up? Thank you for joining us. You must have heard that Lumbo was here, and now he's just throwing the bits. 101 bits. Thank you so much.
Possibly.
Lucas asking, I had one question to throw out. A Galloping Ghost Hall of Fame.
Make sure there's no button. It'd be closer to the top.
It's a Hall of Fame for a Galloping Ghost.
It says it's enough.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Like, obviously we have our Gamers of the Year. We have a Gamer of the Decade.
Is it coming through now?
Give it another test. Give it a tap or something.
Check.
Nope. Not quite yet. Here,
Don't have Lumbo's mic going just yet.
Sorry if I put a halt to everything.
Well, we can use this time. What were we going over next? So we will cover the Namco news, as many have seen. Namco has announced that they will be ceasing operations in North America. In the very near future, which very unfortunate news for Pac-Man Entertainment and the other arcades that are such a big part of Namco. They're going to still produce and release games, arcade and console, but just as far as venues, they are the last year of craziness has taken its toll, and just they don't see the profit in it, so they are going to be closing up shop. They are supposed to be being bought out by 3 separate companies, so some of them will be, it's quite possible Pac-Man Entertainment will stay a similar venue minus the Pac-Man branding. But we will see. It's been so unfortunate. Hater Shack, yeah, it is really awful news. It's still a little bit more to be determined and more information coming out there. They've been already selling a lot of their cabinets, and they have a lot of redemption stuff that they're moving as well. But it is just, we'll have to see what happens in the future with Namco. It's really unfortunate, but it's not uncommon. It doesn't matter if it's a small arcade or one of the largest. You think Namco and you think, oh, they must have so much money, so much backing and so much capital to be covering everything. And it's just not the case. It's been tough on so many businesses, and Namco just the latest in the list of casualties from all the craziness in the last year. Which sent in 104 bits. Thank you so much for that. Very much appreciate it. Lucas saying level 257 was a better name. I agree. There was a big rebranding when the executive vice president David Bishop left the company. That was one of the big changes. It went from being level 257, which he had worked so hard to get that place up and running, and then the rebranding to Pac-Man Entertainment. I know they started to bring in a little more redemption stuff and just focus in different areas. So it was definitely tough to see, and we'll hopefully still have an arcade out in Schaumburg, but we'll have to see what it is.
I never personally. I haven't been to level 257, but it looked cool.
Yeah, it was. We were just, me and Jeremiah were out there recently with hanging out with Billy Mitchell. He was doing a Pac-Man kill screen, another perfect playthrough.
LUMBO. I think it's good.
Is it on? Can everybody hear me? Okay. But I'm just a portrait today,
For the time being.
There he is.
Look at that. It was like
That isn't
10 years ago.
That is
No, longer than that.
That is longer than that. That's 2005 Lumbo.
Yep. And for me to get to that point now, I need just for men. And I mean the hair dye.
Thank you.
Okay.
So everybody can hear Lumbo?
Yeah, they should be able to.
Alrighty.
Lava Being saying he's a little quiet, but he's always a little quiet. You think?
Is that better?
There we go. Yeah, just get closer to the mic.
All right.
All right.
Bald.
Next we got. Next on the agenda.
So yeah, as we were saying, Billy Mitchell was out at Pac-Man Entertainment. I do have such a hard time not calling that level 257. Billy Mitchell was out there. He was doing perfect playthroughs on Pac-Man, playing to the kill screen without losing a life, not missing a ghost, not missing a dot, not missing any of the fruits, getting every ghost with every power pellet that you can get ghosts at. And he did it twice, like back to back, which was just absolutely insane. Did one, I think it was on Friday, and then did another on Saturday. Very, very impressive. And yeah. Then he made a trip out here on Sunday.
He was here briefly. I saw him for a bit. Pretty much. Sorry, he came like right at the end of the Galaga tournament. Actually, like he literally was walking in the door as Jacob Upland was leaving. Yeah, Steven. You are correct.
A lot of kill screens going on Saturday.
Yeah, that class of 81 has some work has been going into that cab, huh? Just
Yeah,
need Miss Pac-Man, and then we're good to go.
get the trifecta of all 3 games being killed screen.
Yeah.
Twitch saying that guy really knows Pac-Man as much as breathing. Yeah, it was amazing to have him stream from here for, was it 10 days he was streaming?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
That was
Through Thanksgiving too.
through Thanksgiving. That's some determination. That is some determination.
I wonder how long he would have stayed for if he didn't do it on that 10th day.
I think a lot of it came down to like Thursday was kind of a little bit more relaxed. It was a little bit shorter day. I think he was able to kind of get caught up on the rest. And
When I tuned in that day, he seemed really focused more than any of the other days.
Oh.
Like he was just mad that he didn't get it yet. And sometimes you need that too.
for sure, like whatever drives a player, it was because we were wondering if that was going to be the day, and it did. It really out of the box seemed like that was going to be it early on. But he didn't stream anything on Sunday when he was here. But always awesome having him out at the arcade.
Definitely. We can go over this right here.
Oh yes. So with as much streaming as we've been doing Jeremiah live streaming stuff on Contra Evolution and Violent Storm, Samurai Aces. We've had so many people reaching out asking, "Hey, can I stream this? Can I stream this game or that game?" And we have right now, we are getting so close to hitting our partnership on Twitch. We are currently affiliates. Have to make that criteria for partner, and it is brutally hard to get there. You have to have 12 days of streaming within a month. You have to do 25 hours of unique content within a month. And then you have to hit an average of 75 viewers for all of it. And that's usually the big hang up. Usually each one of those is a big hang up. We've been doing the 2. Hater Shack, we are affiliates. We are not partners though.
Easy affiliate. Yeah, the partners have been a bit of a little hurdle.
Foot of God, we have to have 75 viewers.
Yeah, 75.
So it is why we appreciate so much everybody tuning in.
That is Jacob Upland, by the way. Shout outs to him. Thanks for coming out and supplying some entertainment for our viewers this weekend. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats. It is, it's for us. We've been trying to get the word out more. So anybody that can help spread the word, that is very much appreciated.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Rehab, it's a partnership. It gives you a possibility to be front paged on Twitch, and then it gives you
Twitch gives you that Tommy Waffles emote to not be a level 2 sub.
Right. We're not trying to paywall you guys. We really want you to have this sub. Not yet.
It is just one of those where we're limited to the emotes and some of the other features that you don't get until you're a partner.
Yeah, the one that I'm most interested in is so Twitch apparently has a finite amount of bit rate to give to its streamers. So when push comes to shove, and we're streaming during kind of like prime time right now, it will gravitate towards Twitch partners and let them be able to stream at higher quality. So right now we just have basically a base on all of our streams, on all of our OBS setups. We have to stream at 6,000 bit rate, but sometimes Twitch doesn't have enough to give out, I guess, and we can't maximize that output. So we can only stream at like 720, and then maybe not have as many options for our viewers and stuff. So yeah, that's another pretty big perk that I'm really interested in. And then like after that, I don't know, maybe there's like interesting partnership deals where you can get maybe a little more of a Twitch sub. going your way, but that's down the line. We're not really worried too much about that.
Yeah, it is important for us to again, we've had so many people asking. We want to make sure that the content is we try to give you the top drawer content. We try to provide commentary.
Especially this podcast content. We got all 3 cams working.
How about that?
Yeah.
So we will once we hit our partner mark, we can just go crazy with the streams. We can put a lot more content, like 15 hours of LUMBO stream and Mania.
Sure.
Or 22 hours of LUMBO stream and Mania challenge, or
Let's get it.
Still got to throw that out there.
Throw what out there?
That I screwed up the first time on Mania challenge.
No, we had not mentioned that we had partnership, and then our numbers got tanked by a 15-hour Mania challenge.
But
we hadn't put that out
didn't
there.
Know that, though.
No, we never said that.
Did you know that or no?
Did we know that 10 hours of Mania would not draw 75 viewers an hour?
No, I'm saying, did you know what the rules were and everything?
Oh yeah, we knew the rules.
Then I wouldn't have done it that way then.
We do anything for you, LUMBO.
Yeah, Rehab, that Galloping stream was really fun. So we had obviously the direct capture, and then we had the window capture of the competition. We had a call-in on Discord from Mark Schultz, who was giving commentary. It was a cool little setup. You know, we're really excited to do events like that. I want to host events like that. You know, definitely when we have high-level guys out here that are able to showcase gameplay. That I don't think people aren't too accustomed to this high-level gameplay that's that has been achieved, and like these communities that are out there. And I want to give them the limelight. You know, it's really cool stuff because I'm a competitor. I like to see the highest level. I like to see the skill ceilings that are constantly being raised in these communities like Donkey Kong, Galaga, Mania Challenge, you know, all that stuff.
See a lot of profile comments for people creeping up in the mirror there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was pointing to you. That's
just
where it
wanted
is.
to, you know. Just do it
I'll
like
do
this.
this camera. It's messed up. I accidentally unplugged it. God forbid, and then I think I'd have to restart OBS.
It's fine. I think Fat Chris is the only one that's really that interested in
they can hear
my
you,
face,
and they can see us, so it's all good.
Yeah.
He's right there.
You can make the mouth move.
Everyone.
Oh,
next week.
Yeah, I'm sure you have something. So
we got some stuff.
We
got some stuff. But yeah, so as far as the strict streaming regimen that we've been putting out, that's kind of the reason why we've had this schedule, and we've been a little selective, I suppose. You know, doing longer Monday mystery broadcasts. Although those kind of like this, the longer podcasts or Monday mystery broadcasts are kind of just like a result of us needing more hours and wanting the higher average viewership and stuff. Like, it's actually the longer shows are awesome. I think like we're getting the betting in, we're getting a lot of stuff. It's like it turns out to be like really, really fun, and it's great. Yeah, we got a couple follows, bits. Oh, sorry.
Me neither. 100 bits for Stephen in memory of Stephen Campbell. Thank you so much for that. Super generous of you.
Oh.
So yeah, that's soon after we hit that, there'll be even more. We had talks of Ghost TV. I know Jeremiah and Brandon were well in the works on that.
24-hour Galloping Ghost channel?
Yeah.
Is that 24? Like that seems pretty hard to do. That'd be fun. I mean, there's stuff I would want to stream. I just don't know if there's that much interest. So like, we can't stream it right now because we have this goal. So it would be risky. But I think there's a lot of MK9 stuff that we would be able to do. And the fighting game stuff in general, we can obviously bring that back.
So is this in the style of
Let's
CNN
go.
or ESPN or
Yeah, essentially, dude, that's the goal.
with the little ticker
We'll
at
have
the
you
bottom?
at the news desk. Breaking news. Lumbo playing his 18th hour of Mania Challenge. We'll be back with more interesting news.
Yeah, and then
On like an hour of sleep.
yeah, Stinger to a commentary desk, analyzing everything.
You could see the degradation of my face of how many hours I've been playing.
Rehab Submarine gifting the sub. Thank you so much for that. Love being seeing some of the speedrunning groups run their live events as reruns, which can be fun. Yeah, there could definitely be some rerun footage in there on Ghost TV.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, correct. Rap Sheet does not count as the main channel. That is just a sister channel of us, separate entity. Yeah, the restreams are fun. We do a restream on Facebook for the Monday Mystery right now. Part of the charm about our stream though is like I feel like chat interaction is awesome, and I guess when we're for the restream, if people just want to watch the content they missed for Monday Mystery, something we could restream on there, I guess.
Could possibly do some pre-recorded stuff too. There's cabinet builds and that we should have been recording. I really wish we had recorded that Strikeforce cabinet build.
Warehouse raids. Is that a brand new? Yeah, should we show that off?
Sure.
Go ahead and.
Plus Culvers.
I think you had you'd shown it in a Facebook live event, right? Or
yeah, I did do a Facebook live stream on our Strikeforce cabinet. Spent I forget what day it was. I know I should not have been working on it. That was maybe Thursday or Friday. It was the wrong day to be doing it. We had so many things going on, and it was I was like, oh, I'm just gonna knock this out real quick. I just have to put this side art on and change a control panel and a marquee. How long could that take? And everything, it just kept getting more and more complicated. We had to switch cabinets, we had to switch monitors, we had to switch power supplies and everything. So it was definitely a tough rebuild. But
do we have any before pictures actually? Now that I think of it,
I believe I have a picture of our old Strikeforce cabinet.
Okay, yeah. Can you send that to me?
So what you probably need to do from this point going forward is just wear body cam all the time.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Everything that you do throughout the day for the rest of your life.
Yeah, we've talked about that for sure. A lot of interesting stuff. I think the old Strikeforce. So I don't think there was side art on it, was there?
No, there was. So that cabinet got put together. I was so excited to play that game. I was. We built that up, and it was basically just a NBA Jam cabinet that had been the sides painted black. It had side art on it that was just. It had the glue from the sticker that was on it. And it was like, I'll take that off later. And there were so many little things wrong with that cabinet. Like the marquee wasn't the right size. I'll get that later. And it was probably 500 games ago that went on the arcade floor.
Hater Shack, I think you're onto something.
So it was yes, it is. It is. So it was when we were getting the side art done, and huge thanks to John Vogel for sending us the picture of the Saurian front art, which was the name of Strikeforce before it was Strikeforce. Game was originally going to be put out by Williams in a Smash TV style cabinet, but was then rebranded as Strikeforce and put out only as a kit. So only the developers got the Saurian front arcade cabinets. And I love the side art on this whole cabinet. Love the look, all the design, everything on it.
Yeah,
Beautiful looking cabinet.
The before pic should be coming up soon. I just kind of added in the slideshow. We'll see it in a sec.
So the cabinet looked like it was one of my least favorite cabinets in the arcade. It was just not well done. It needed everything done to it. When John Vogel sent me this artwork, I was super excited for it. I told James Wendell to do the artwork designed for a Midway cabinet, not realizing it was an NBA Jam Midway cabinet, which is slightly different than a standard Midway cabinet that Mortal Kombat or Killer Instinct would be in. So the artwork didn't line up, and that's what forced us to have to switch to a different cabinet, which was our Gradius 4 cabinet. And it would have just been a very easy control panel and board swap, except the monitors were different and the power supplies were different. So it was turned into this huge, had to completely gut each cabinet and swap all the contents over, and we got it done. But it made the Monday Mystery Game start later than we would have want working on the Monday Mystery Game. So it all got done.
Not what I meant to do. Hold on. I'll just bring up the picture individually.
I'm thinking that maybe I think that game is one of those super underrated games.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that it would be awesome to see that streamed at some point. Maybe once Jeremiah's done with Violent Storm.
Yeah, he likes to experiment. See what we got to offer. But yeah, so here's the before. So obviously everything is just brand new. So we got brand new marquee. Oh, you guys can't. Sorry. Let me move this for you. Brand new marquee, side art, control panel. Pretty much all the goods are back onto this new guy. Let me get a little side-by-side going here. So you guys have something to compare it to.
Yeah, I would walk past that every day. The marquee was too small. It had an MK bezel.
This is fine. Right here. Sorry, Lumbo.
It's okay.
Again, the original artwork said Sorry in front, and all the branding was for Williams. So
Yeah.
we had Jim do it up, and it said Midway and Strikeforce. So really happy with how it turned out. And we're already on to the next.
It looks clean. I mean, you even got the two rockets on the side, on the left and right side of the coin door. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that even that was, we had to have that reprinted several times because it's not a symmetrical coin door. It's closer on the left than it is the right. So we had to shrink the size over the first printing of the artwork that we made. But that's the nice thing about having a printing company right next door. It's a restoration like that most arcades couldn't do, especially in an afternoon.
So go over. I don't know if you briefly touched that, but you said John Vogel. Where'd you get the art from?
From John Vogel.
John Vogel.
He
Okay,
had taken pictures of the side art for us with his phone, and he basically just took initially he just took like a pulled out shot. I'm like, John, I hate to be a pain, but we need like super close up shots of it. Like, can you like maybe take 50 pictures here, just real zoomed in so we can get all the detail? And he did it, and he did an amazing job on it. It was pretty easy to work with, a lot of stitching, but when you look at the cabinet, you would never guess that was, you would think it's a scan.
Sure. Yeah, that's insane. That's really cool. Hard to get the colors right?
No, not really. There's a lot of no. It's mostly greens, and all the space is just black, so it was not bad to do color matching on it. And we're already moved on to our next restoration project, which has been kind of sitting over here for a little bit. But we'll share that pretty soon. It might even be back on the arcade floor, maybe by, I was gonna say before the weekend, but
Who knows?
who knows? Who
Um,
knows?
one last thing we wanted to talk about before we get into, before we let Lumbo take the stand.
For what?
Well, I thought we were going to talk about Mania Challenge.
Well, sure.
Should we
So
just
hold
jump
on.
right into Mania Challenge?
Well, let's
Well,
talk about
let's-
Cross Swords real quick.
Oh, cross swords.
Cross Swords. So, yeah. Interesting game. It's got a couple different. So, when Doc was first describing it to me, he compared it to a Dynamite Duke. It's like that's the perspective.
Yeah, you've got the character in front of the screen.
Yeah.
He's transparent. Some people, Dynamite Duke, somewhat obscure, kind of like Punch Out. It's mostly Dynamite Duke. You're mostly shooting and moving the crosshairs around. This you're more close quarters combat. One of the big things that they limit how far to the left and right of the screen you can go, which was interesting. But that was one of those games that I was pretty sure that there were going to be a few people that had played it before.
Had anyone mentioned that they played it before? Maybe in the stream chat. Has anyone here played it before?
Uncle Bob's had it.
Uncle Bob's had it?
Yeah. But I think very briefly. I think I only seen it in there once in their multi-system, and that was it.
It was here at the Galloping Ghost Arcade for a while.
Oh, wow.
It was in one of the cabinets.
With Nam, wasn't it?
What's that?
Wasn't it in with Nam?
Yep. It had a short lifespan. The cartridge had a problem, and since we were putting other Neo Geo games out, it ended up just getting pulled. Tracked down a original cart, and glad to have it back on the arcade floor. Definitely a fun game.
Yeah, so this is footage from the Monday Mystery. This is after the first boss. You get to use your gold and buy health or like a better weapon, or both.
It was one of the original games, wasn't it?
It was not one of the original 114 games. No.
Magician Lord. No, I'm saying for Neo Geo.
Oh yeah,
Was
it was one of the earlier games for sure.
Because it was what, Nam, 1975,
Magician
Lord,
Cross
Sword,
Sword, and
Fatal Fury.
Fatal Fury was early. That might have been It might have been. Definitely a Jimbo Slice knew it.
Yeah, that's. But did it fall under the oldie but goodie category?
No.
Okay.
No. 91.
Yeah.
It was surprising. I would not put this as a Jimbo Slice wheelhouse game.
No, definitely not. You were mentioning the amount of space you have to move from left to right. So I think this was my last or second to last playthrough. I decided that because I wanted to show off a little bit and maybe try to block on reaction. I'm sure if you play the game enough, you can. I was having trouble doing it though. Maybe it's old man reactions. Who knows? But I realized that it was just easier to sidestep. So they kind of stand still for a sec even before they lift up their weapon to attack you. So that was my kind of method of dodging the attacks. Even on the worm, the first boss, you were able to dodge the attacks. With these bosses, with these enemies, the Green Knight in the forest, I don't think you guys were able to see him. Well, that's a interesting end of credit screenshot right there. But he was hard to dodge. But yeah, so there's guarding, so it's got gladiator aspects.
It did have a little bit of Gladiator to it.
Yeah.
Dynamite Duke crossed with Gladiator. I think would be a good way to bill it.
Yeah. You got magic. It can be blocked. You have to kind of aim it to a certain point. I just think that's funny. The guy just crying for help, and then he just gets wrecked by a mouse. There's like there's like a lunge move you could do. I feel like the purpose of that would be to hit someone that's not directly in front of you, but maybe a plane ahead of you. Because I think there's like 3 planes or 3 what do you call those lines that the enemies can jump from. So there's the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. Maybe that one you can hit them on the 2nd. Not too sure. But yeah, interesting game. Scoring is going to be odd. Stephen Lucas had mentioned an interesting way to maybe keep track of the score, so it's not so convoluted and just weird. Yeah, cool amount of mystery though. Very interesting.
Definitely happy to have it back on the floor. Already trying to plan for the next Monday Mystery. Shout out to Timothy Roth for joining us. Thank you so much for being here. So Lumbo.
Yes.
Lumbo. Is that what we're doing? Here, let me switch cams so we can get it off me, get it on Lumbo. Let me just do this real quick. Let's do this. I'll be right back.
All right. Lumbo, do you want to... I know there's always new information happening in the world of Mania and Mania Challenge.
Oh yeah, it never ends.
Riveting.
It is. It's
so riveting that even I forgot about it.
And Taro, we'll see you next time. So what's up? What
Well, I told you earlier today that my score was finally accepted since December 7th.
There it is.
So it was accepted 3 days ago, and I was just by chance looking at it today, and I was like, oh, it got accepted. Okay. That's nice.
Well, congrats.
Oh, thanks. What else do you want me to elaborate on?
You were all running up and down, being like, "I got Big Man Mania news. I got Big Mania Challenge news."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were running through the streets. It's like you won the golden ticket or something like that.
Yeah, I actually ran here.
Did you?
Didn't even drive. I just ran here.
Wow.
So with my big news. No, now that it's been accepted, just the next thing is to make my case about the wrong dip switch settings. So, but I'll get to that a different day.
Living 80s pointing out the Keith Apicary Neo Geo. Can you throw a link up to Keith Apicary Neo Geo? Can we stream that real quick? Are we gonna get? Would we get in trouble for that?
Let's do no volume.
Oh, you can't have no volume.
All right, I'd be afraid then.
All right. Well, throw out a link for it if you can.
Apicary music video?
Keith Apicary Neo Geo. So, do you want to refresh everybody with?
Sure. Doc had it set to the right dip switch settings. Twin Galaxies does not have it set, or does not give the right description of the correct dip switch settings. So, what I and Doc established, and with Pete Hahn, we all did our research and everything. I proved what the differences are between what the dip switch settings Twin Galaxies has and what Orcade has. And what?
I know you're thinking about.
Elbow and elbow and elbow.
Apparently.
Yeah, well. Nobody said it was that exciting.
Know how I know that?
Because you were there.
No, I could see the viewer count.
Oh my god.
Too soon? Too soon?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so I guess TG screwed up the switch settings.
Technically, what had happened was that there is a dip switch listing on, I believe it's on KLOV, that is incorrect. And TG most likely went off of that. Even Orcade had that listing on there. You had to look in the original manual to get the true dip settings.
Yeah, and if you use those dip switch settings, it's actually set to the easiest difficulty, which if you have it set to easy, it actually takes longer to cap out the difficulty and obtain the score. So the default setting for the arcade, according to the manual, and also on MAME, it's the second difficulty setting, which would be medium. Is there anything else you'd like to know about Mania or Mania Challenge today? Are you sure?
I know you're still thinking about it, but
yes, it's great. I see the nice little bubble there, so it's nice, Tom.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So you're very imaginative.
Production company.
Yes. It's so nice. So we can print artwork and make sure that thought bubbles of Mania Challenge
the
get
important
done.
Stuff.
It is pretty important.
Yeah.
Lava Being asking, when can we expect the competitive Matt Mania tournament?
Matt Mania tournament? Mania Challenge tournament or Matt Mania tournament? Because Mania Challenge is 2 player.
I believe he is joking.
Oh, well, I hope so.
What else we got going on this week?
This week we have, I have a stream I should probably get ready for.
At 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
I have the link here if you want.
Going to be streaming with Brian Colin, and apparently Lumbo might be sitting in. It's about Spectre Files, and
you want me to bring up Matt Mania? See if Brian's played it at all?
You can try to.
Actually, are they... Let me see if they're live right now. Maybe we can give them a raid.
I believe it starts at 7.
Starts at 7? Okay.
I believe so.
Maybe a host. We'll host them. I'll have a link in the Twitch chat, guys. Hopefully it'll let me link this. There we go. That's going to be where Doc is going to be doing an interview with Brian Colin and possibly Lumbo on Spectre Files.
It is not one of the choices in Spectre Files. There's A, B, and C, and none of them are Matt Mania.
It is with that's what the Midwest Gaming Classic
Isn't
guys.
that what the special edition is going to be for?
Yeah, we'll have to make it a special edition.
Okay.
We'll make it 3 buttons, and they all do the elbow.
Now, don't forget there is a jump from the top rope, and a splash for the pin.
Very good.
That's all you need.
Well, on that note, I hope everybody joins us. Thank you so much, Lumbo, for keeping us up to the minute with Matt Mania and Mania Challenge. And congratulations.
That's actually going to be Ghost TV, isn't it?
Yes, 24 hours.
Matt Mania news.
Maybe we'll put that on Classics.
Everyone's going to be out for the weekend. What do we? That's just going to be our go-to. Mania Challenge.
Well, there's enough footage of it.
Yeah.
So we have the stream on in 45 minutes with Brian Colin and myself playing Spectre Files and Lumbo.
Yes, twitch.tv/tvmgc
from the Midwest Gaming Classic.
See, every answer I give for Spectre Files is have another drink. So
that is true.
Mm-hmm.
Then what else do we have? I've got to get going on that
Monday Mystery
game.
Man,
getting a little. Got to get that done. Monday's coming.
There is a Monday next week. Friday stream. Maybe, possibly. We'll let you guys know.
Yeah, Friday stream.
We'll let you guys know.
I'm all up for it.
Maybe I'll play a game. Really? Jeremiah's having a lot of fun. I don't know what I would play though. Something new.
Mania
I think.
Challenge.
No.
Matt Mania.
Have a good night, Triterion. Pinball stream. I don't want to. I personally don't want to play pinball. I'd rather play video.
If we're doing a Friday stream and we're at pinball, it's a Friday mystery game.
Right.
So
right.
You could do both. You could do Baby Pac-Man.
Both? Oh my God.
That is true.
Video game.
Or
and
Granny
pinball.
and the Gators.
No.
Or Caveman.
I gotta think long and hard about what I would want to play. Something
just a
new,
few
something
games.
fresh.
Just a few games to choose from.
Yeah. Maybe to ease my way into the streaming world, something that I'm familiar with. But yeah. we'll let you guys know. Definitely stay tuned to our Facebook. We're always
Operation
making
Wolf.
we're always making posts about when we're going live. That is definitely where you want to be if you are interested and want to know what's going on around the arcade, when we're going to be streaming, any pretty much arcade news. Doc puts up new Strikeforce art, or he separates a Galaga cab to have its own dedicated cabinet. Like, Doc is always posting on our Facebook. A lot of that's where you get the news. That's where you'll find out first. So links below at Galloping Ghost Arcade on Facebook. Follow our YouTube. We're kind of getting back to the swings of things. Highlights every single week from the Monday games. We want to start posting up these podcasts. They are available on the Twitch VODs here. We have the Host Sung Daniel Pacina podcast available on YouTube though right now, so go check it out there. That was an awesome podcast. Always good to see those guys. My first time meeting Host Sung, and there was just crazy stories about their whole acting career and stuff. And yeah,
Cool.
that's pretty much it.
Well, on that, we will wrap it up. Huge thanks to Lumbo for coming out. That guy played Titan in Dark Presence. And huge thanks to, as always, to GGA Tommy Waffles.
Definitely. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for the nice little special effect there too, Tom.
Yeah, it's
very
fun.
nice.
I'm having fun. It's like I'm not even at work.
Tracy and Worminator, Captain Spaceballs, Hater Shack, Stephen Lucas, Fat Chris,
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for
Livin.
the subs.
Thank you all so much.
the
Thanks for the
follows,
subs,
the
the bits.
Always good seeing you guys. We will
Smisha too.
definitely be here on
Todd.
Monday.
We will see you
Thanks,
all
Smisha.
on Monday at the latest. So
Yes.
until then, thanks everybody. This is Doc Mac from the Galloping Ghost Arcade. We hope to see you around the arcade soon, and we will be sending you to.
We'll should we host the Midwest Gaming Classic, guys, at 7:00?
No, just send them somebody.
Send us them. All right. Let's go ahead and refresh this. Make sure we're not sending you to a channel that's offline.
Where are they going? Where are they going?
We got a couple out. We haven't rated Outworld yet. Outworld, let's see what he's
Yeah.
streaming. He's streaming Mortal Kombat on an arcade cab.
Sure, let's do it.
That's awesome. All right, guys, enjoy some Mortal Kombat. Maybe you'll see Doc if you're going to be on twitch.tv/TVMGC.
MGC. See you
Oh,
over
yeah.
there.
See you guys.
Thanks, everybody.
See you.